Hi, my name is Melanie Prakis, and today we are talking about performance bias. So what is performance bias? Performance bias happens when one group of subjects in a study experience different levels of care from the investigators, or if participants of one group are exposed to other things other than the intervention of interest. For example, if subjects know they are in the control group, they may be more likely to use other forms of care or may be more likely to experience placebo effects. Also, health providers may treat patients differently according to what group they are in. Why is performance bias a problem? The differences in care or the exposure to other things other than the intervention can result in systematic differences between groups, which makes it impossible to conclude that the intervention of interest caused an effect, or if it was in fact due to the difference in care and exposure. Performance bias is a major threat to internal validity, which is a measure of how accurate the results are or how confident you are that the results of the study are due to a single independent variable. So how do we control performance bias? Performance bias is likely to happen when the researchers know which group a participant is in, or if the participants know which group they are in. Researchers must also make sure they give each group the same amount of attention and care to help control for Hawthorne effect, which is when participants experience changes because of the attention they are receiving from being a part of the research process. To control performance bias, researchers must blind the participants so they don't know if they are getting the real or placebo intervention. Researchers providing the intervention can also be blinded so they don't know which intervention they are giving to the participants. This ensures they cannot unblind the participant or give them any expectation of benefit. Both participants and researchers can be kept unaware of which intervention individuals are receiving by having a double-blind study, where both the participants in the study and the intervention providers are blinded. However, blinding is not always possible. For example, it is usually impossible to blind people to whether or not major surgery has been undertaken. In conclusion, performance bias is when researchers give extra care and attention to participants in a particular group of the control study, or when participants in one group are exposed to other factors than the intervention itself. Performance bias can lead to systematic differences between groups and internal validity, making us unsure if the results of the study are due to the intervention or other causes. To control performance bias, participants and researchers should be unaware of which group they are in by blinding. Researchers also need to provide equal care and attention to both groups in the study.